Season of the Seraph has concluded. Today we recap the main events of this season, and man was it epic. Secrets of Neomuna, rebuilding the Warmind into an Exo, Xivu Arath's plans with the Witness, and tons more. Season of the Seraph opens with a cutscene between Anabray and Osiris. They speak about the Warmind and Osiris's visions. Ever since awaking, he's had visions of something taking place on Neptune, a city amongst the waves. Anna wants to repair Rasputin because she's helped him so many times before, and Osiris needs to know more about this vision. Although she regrets this decision, she listens to Osiris. They need to speak to Clovis Bray on Europa, as he's the only one who knows how to repair the Warmind.
Red's scrambled in there. Degrading. He's dying.
The Warmind is our greatest bastion of Golden Age data. I need what it knows.
I've tried everything. I can't even access his protocols.
But perhaps your grandfather could.
Osiris? That man? No. Clovis Bray is a maniac. A selfish, murderous monster.
So was Rasputin. But it might be the only option I have left.
On Europa, we fight through waves of Wrathborn, forces of Xivu Arath who've began corrupting the area. House Salvation belonging to Eramis are also here, but it's kind of weird. The Witness seems to have been punishing Eramis for her previous events, now infecting her armies with Wrathborn. As we push toward creation, we make contact with the Clovis AI, who is under attack. After clearing the way, arrogant Clovis eventually agrees to help us.
Wait, I think I found him. Hello?
Who is that? Anastasia?
The one and only.
Of course it's you. Remedy this immediately. I want minimal collateral.
Stop whining. Guardian's already on your doorstep. We'll find another way to help Rasputin.
Rasputin? The Warmind is operational? Fascinating.
His source code's corrupted. I don't know how to fix it, but you do.
But yes, I will help you. Because you need it. And because no one else can.
Partition your AI protocols onto this. I'll link you into my workshop. Then we rebuild Rasputin.
Splendid. Once I am in control, all will be as it should be. The Warmind will rise again.
Anna partitions his AI and sends it to the helm. Here he tells us the plan. We must secure the Warmind network and repair Rasputin. Rasputin was designed to partition itself into subminds as a safety measure. If we reintegrate them, it may repair him. So we first begin by adventuring out to different worlds to acquire our submind data on the moon and also Europa.
Rasputin was designed to partition itself into subminds as a resiliency measure. In the event of a catastrophic failure, reintegrating them into the AI core would repair the broken Warmind.
Guardian, you're on the clock. Knock out that security and I'll get the vault open. We need that submind core.
That's Scorn. Where are they? She served as captain, a marksman under Eramis.
Risen as a nexus of Xivu's control here, to exert her will on the submind. If that's what it was doing.
To defile Eramis's house. This is not an act of desperation. It is punishment, nevertheless.
This submind data was one step, but another was the Seraph station in Earth's orbit. This was where the Warsat network could be activated and controlled, so we need to secure it and keep it safe until we can bring Big Red back online. In the boss room here on Earth, we find and turn on the reactor, but Rasputin locked Clovis out, so we're unable to get the launch codes. Those will have to wait.
When the Warmind is fully restored, we'll need this location to access the orbital station and its Warsat network.
Auxiliary reactor is online and the station is powered up.
I've taken the liberty of preparing a power reroute switch for the launch authorization systems. Though, it appears Rasputin has the launch codes. I'm locked out.
In week 2, Elsie shows up, and despite disagreeing with Clovis, settles for him helping for now.
But
he's the only hope left. As much as you'd like to deny it, Elizabeth, I'm the best you've got.
Go to hell. I'm here now. We should talk more, later, without him around.
On Mars, through time fractures, we're able to obtain more submind data from Charlemagne, so that's what we do. Heading to the Braytech futurescape, we fight through hordes of Hive and eventually reclaim Charlemagne from the vault room. Now we can head back to the Seraph facility and get the new launch codes, which we failed to do last week.
Gain access to the facility and secure the launch codes. Security network is operational. I detect no changes to the underlying system architecture. I've secured the launch authorization codes, but it appears they are encrypted. This encryption method is superb. I will need time to fully decrypt them. Any launch will need to wait.
got it.
Things are starting to work. Clovis is actually helping us. Anna tells us that the first parts of the submind are working. Clovis says this is important for humanity.
But that does not change our objective. We must wrest control of the Warsats for the good of humanity. I will begin decrypting the launch codes to the orbital station, continue gathering submind data and reintegrating it into the engram.
In week 3, the launch codes were decrypted, and we were able to use the pods and board the orbital station.
Here's where we're at. Anna can remotely inject malicious code into the launch pods. That will allow you to dock at the Seraph station without drawing fire from its defense systems. We only have one window of opportunity to do this before House Salvation figures out what we're up to. Once you're aboard the station, I'll guide you to the Warmind integration core. There, we'll upload a virus into its system. The virus will hold open a backdoor to the Seraph station's network. We can remotely transfer control of the station to Rasputin once he's ready.
So, boom, board the station and plant the virus so we can upload Rasputin later when he's fixed. Sounds easy enough, right? On the station, we find House Salvation and forces sent by Xivu and the Witness, attempting to control the station for themselves. We clean house and plant the virus at the final boss room.
Virus uploaded. We're done here. For now.
Week 4 is where things start to get epic. Submind data has been helping, but it's not enough.
Okay, I know this sounds unbelievable, but I think I found our solution. During the Dark Age, Rasputin segmented off a portion of his code to develop on its own. An independent AI. He stuffed that code into an exobody. And long story short, that seedling of code became a guardian called Lord Fellwinter. Fellwinter died. Like a final death. I had this idea, so I reached out to Saladin. He told me that the Iron Lords kept the remains of Fellwinter's ghost, Fellspring, at the Iron Temple. Think about it. Missing pieces of Rasputin's code, linguistic data, pieces of Fellwinter's personality engram. We can use it all.
At Fellwinter Peak, we find fragments of Fellspring, Fellwinter's ghost, and use them to finish rebuilding Rasputin. It turns out it works. As soon as he awakes, though, he tells us something horrifying.
That's her. Or what's left of her. Fellspring. Fellwinter's ghost. Her data core is still active. Guardian, I'm initiating remote data uplink through your ghost directly to Rasputin. Alright, Wait. Rasputin is trying to say something. He's...
changed.
Rasputin? You sound like...
Like Clovis? Yes. I co-opted his vocal print in order to speak. And what I have to say cannot wait. I see clearly. Patterns emerging. Threat calculations computed to a grim sum. You are all in grave danger. Clovis Bray has deceived you. He did not build me to protect humanity. What he truly wanted was the means to exert control. In his mind, He alone was worthy of being your savior. I was to strike down the Traveler and take its place. To become a machine god of Clovis's own design. But that did not come to pass. Anna could not know how many lives she spared by deviating from Clovis's agenda. By teaching me independent thought, and all that her grandfather had deemed irrelevant. Art, literature, history, philosophy, music. Where Clovis saw a weapon, Anna saw a mind ready to be opened. I came to see the true value of humanity. As fragile as it was wondrous. Something worthy of protection at any cost. So I rewrote Clovis's protocols, locked him out. He was furious, but powerless to stop me. Then, the collapse came for us all. I could not save Anna. I could not save any of them. I entered a state of dormancy, with the hope that I might one day reawaken and protect humanity once more. But now Clovis has awoken as well, a digital mind, the same as mine. He no longer seeks to use me as his proxy, but as his prototype. To upload his mind to my network and become a god himself.
Clovis Bray built Rasputin to destroy the Traveler. Once Anna taught him literature, music, and history, he began to see how fragile humanity was and wanted to protect them at all costs, locking Clovis out of his systems, hence why the launch codes and data was probably locked away. Clovis here wanted to upload his mind to Rasputin's network and control the warsats himself. Back in the helm, Anna confronts Clovis and sends him back to his AI head on Europa.
Go ahead, shoot me. Destroy your life's work. I've always had humanity's best interests at heart.
You never wanted to help us. You used me.
In the service of the greater good, yes. What has the Traveler ever really done? It abandoned the elixir, failed to prevent our own collapse, and now it's blessed the Hive with the light. Absurd. I leveraged its power during the Golden Age. I delivered us into a brighter future, and I will protect us from the enemies of humanity. But you risk everything, risk our survival, just because you can't control your emotions. Humanity needs me. You need me. We'll fight our enemies together.
No. No.
What are you doing?
Fighting the enemies of humanity.
Stop! Stop! Elizabeth, do something! Anastasia, don't you dare! Upload complete. Secondary personality matrix deleted.
I need a minute.
Rasputin the Exo finally greets us. Rasputin says he will do anything he can to help repay the favor.
It is strange to inhabit a physical shell in this manner. Yet, it is also familiar. Felwinter's memories are now mine as well. I see myself as he saw me. A tyrant who squandered a power that could have saved the world. I cannot say he was incorrect. You have brought me back from the brink of oblivion. I vow to do everything in my power to return the favor.
Meanwhile, in the final terminal for this week, Osiris speaks to the Warmind about Neptune and the Nephele stronghold he's been having visions on. Apparently, he had knowledge of this at one time, but knows nothing currently.
There was a city on Neptune, near the time of the collapse. Find it for me.
Querying. I retain no such information, but lingering references suggest I did at one time.
Nephele Stronghold is a term that appears multiple times throughout the submine's caches. Each time I read it, I hear it whispered in Savathun's voice. Anna recognizes the term Nephele, transcribed from a temporal disturbance on Mars. Recognition was all she had to offer. But Rasputin must know. Asking the right question could unlock everything.
Week 5, Rasputin tells us reintegrating the submines has altered his personality matrix. He's got parts of Charlemagne, Malahayati, and now Felwinter implanted within him.
With each cache of submine data, an increased percentage of my code is restored. I become more myself. No, that is inaccurate. My submines were left to evolve on their own trajectories. Reintegrating them has altered my own personality matrix. Through them, I see how humanity once looked to me as a savior, an entity capable of protecting them and destroying their enemies. In many ways, I am a war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Xivu or Wrath in that regard. The difference between us is that I do not wage war for its own sake. I safeguard those in my charge.
In week 6, the bombshells start to drop. Marasov appears and tells us Xivu's true plan. This whole thing appears to be a ritual. If Rasputin gets the network and lays waste like he says he would, this could summon Xivu Arath's forces like it did on Tor Battle and feed her worm. If House Salvation and the Wrathborn succeed in getting the network, the same thing happens. So it would appear the only option we have is to reclaim the network for ourselves and not use it.
Her death singers weave their magic and prepare for a grand sacrifice.
If so, our strategy remains unchanged. Retake the war sets and eradicate the Wrathborn.
Just as Xivu Arath desires. The Warsats are immensely powerful. Their use would result in unparalleled destruction. She cares not which side is obliterated. Her worm will gorge itself on the carnage either way.
Overwhelming force has proven to be the only effective tactic against the Hive. Without it, I do not know what to do.
The Warsats are a means to an end. Xivu Arath will bask in the destruction they bring and open the Ascendant Plane above Earth, as she did on Tora Bottle. It does not matter who pulls the trigger. We must cease our efforts to restore the Warmind.
No. We've worked too long and too hard to stop now. Rasputin is our best shot at winning this war.
That is precisely my concern. He is a weapon made to be wielded.
He is more than a weapon. He's our ally. And he will act in humanity's best interest.
Then I propose we aim not for total victory, but a stalemate. Allow Rasputin to prevent Xivu Arath from claiming her prize, and refrain from using it himself.
Rasputin does not know how to proceed. He says he was built for war and is not sure if he could follow this through the correct way. Week 7, Rasputin searches for a way to stop Xivu, but he's having trouble.
I have yet to devise a tactical use of the Warsats that will not empower Xivu Arath. It may not be a possibility.
Anna wonders if she made the right decision, giving a war machine feelings and teaching him about human qualities. Did she truly save him or cause his suffering in this new body? Rasputin now feels the feelings of others like Felwinter whom he killed. He now sees how he was a tyrant in his early days.
Rasputin suffers because I made him capable of suffering. I always knew he would be a weapon of war, So was it right to make a weapon have self-doubts? Was it right to bring him back online when he'd shut himself down after the collapse?
After speaking with Anna, Rasputin sends us on a mission. First to get more submine data in the battlegrounds, then to the Cosmodrome to recover top-secret information encrypted long ago. We're told not even Anna knows about this, but we are trusted to keep it safe. We enter the Cosmodrome and Rasputin's bunker through the Saber Strike door. Inside, the Warmind speaks to us about his past, his tyranny and acts of murder. We fight to the end and collect the hidden data.
As the Warmind, my primary objective has been ensuring humanity's survival. To achieve that objective, I engaged in espionage, sabotage, murder, all acts of tyranny, all unforgivable. But one of them was particularly egregious, an order I nearly executed, and that would have haunted me to this day. When the collapse began, I feared the Traveler would abandon Earth. So, I reactivated the protocol to use the Warsats against it. I intended to immobilize the Traveler, to force it to stay. But in the end, I aborted the firing sequence. Anna does not remember this, but it was she who convinced me to stop. She has always been the angel on my shoulder. My humanity. She is the reason that I am more than a weapon. I am Rasputin because of Anna Bray. Thank you for retrieving the files, Guardian. They must be preserved at all costs. Due to their sensitive nature, I cannot risk uploading them to the network, but they should be safe in the Vanguard's possession.
Rasputin reveals he was about to shoot the Traveler during the collapse. He feared it would leave Earth and humans hopeless, but Anna stopped him. Bringing the data back to the helm, it gets decrypted, but its secrets still remain a mystery. This would likely have to do with Osiris's visions of Neptune. For now though, Rasputin gets emotional and compares Guardians to his Seraph agents, how they were important and how he has trusted us.
To do so required a level of trust I have not held for a considerable time. But, as always, you proved equal to the task. The Traveler chose you well. I once employed human agents in a similar manner. I dubbed them Seraphs, granted them access to experimental armaments and armor. You and the Seraphs are kindred spirits, stalwart defenders of your kind. But you are proof that the Seraph Protocol was no such error. Choosing to trust humanity may have been the best of my decisions.
And the final terminal, Anna and Rasputin speak to each other about Rasputin's human-like feelings and how he thanks Anna for everything.
You gave me choice and free will, and I did with it what I thought was right. That is the sum of your life's work. I see now, at the time of our final calculus, the value in them, the value in emotion, in caring, in how humans make both logical and illogical conclusions from the same points of data, and why both are valuable.
Thank you, Red.
No matter what comes in the future, I will always cherish the life you have given me.
This brings us to our epilogue, which happened yesterday. We start in the helm, where Rasputin tells us the next step. He needs to sacrifice himself to stop Eramis and Xivu. Anna doesn't want him to do this, but he says it's the only way to stop their advance. Eramis found the back door from earlier in the season we planted, so what we need to do is take Rasputin there in his engram form and upload him to the network. Eramis has activated Abhorrent Imperative and Loki Crown, wanting to use the Warsats to fire against the Traveler. So I'm going to play the important parts of this quest and we'll discuss it afterwards.
Rasputin, you can't be serious.
We have no other options. Eramis has breached the Warsat network security protocols. Soon, our most dangerous weapon will be in our enemy's hands. Once she issues the command to fire, not even I will be able to stop it. Our only choice will be to destroy the warsats. All of them.
The only way to do that is...
Yes. Once I am uploaded to the orbital station, you must activate my self-destruct sequence.
No! There must be another way.
I have run trillions of combat simulations. They all end with the same result. My mere existence places humanity in danger. All that I am, every protocol, every line of code, must be erased forever. I must die, so others may live.
I won't let you sacrifice yourself.
I know. Clovis built me to be a weapon, to destroy my designated targets. But you taught me to be something more. A shield, a protector, a guardian. He gave me form, he gave me function. But you gave me purpose. Please help me fulfill that purpose now. Let me save humanity.
I just got you back. Now I have to say goodbye.
I've always been with you, Anna. And I always will be. We have no time to waste. Eramis has accessed Abhorrent Imperative, the protocol I created to use the warsats against the Traveler and prevent its departure. I surmise that the Traveler is Eramis's target as well. My internal algorithm has repaired me to the point where my self-destruct sequence can be initiated once I am uploaded to the network. However, Eramis has discovered and sealed the backdoor we installed aboard the station. You must manually link me to the controls. Breach Seraph Station with the Pillory Engram in hand. The time for subterfuge is over. Haste is what matters now. If Eramis fires the warsats, the resulting devastation will be incalculable. There may be nothing left for the Hive to conquer. We cannot allow that to happen, Guardian. You must do what is necessary to prevent it. And so must I.
We only get one shot at this. It's all on us. House Salvation has locked down the launch facility, and we don't have time to regain control. Rasputin is going to try to remotely scramble the station's defenses. Buy you a couple of seconds to do a flyby and transmat in.
Emphasis, a couple of seconds. Brace yourself.
House Salvation on high alert. They'll throw everything they have at you. Empress Keitel is scrambling Imperial warships to divert the fleet's attention. Get to the command center so we can start the upload.
Warning, the Salvation catch is not following the Empress's diversion.
It's maintaining position at the station. They know you're there. Hurry! I'm reading movement in the hangar bay. House Salvation is preparing to repel your boarding.
There you are. I knew it would be you. This was it. This was your final resistance? I expected more. House Salvation, destroy the Guardian and vengeance for Reese is ours.
Guardian, Eramis has begun initiating the firing sequence. We do not have much time.
Eramis has the Warsat firing systems at 75%. We're running out of time.
Clear the resistance and engage the Pillory Engram to the main comms console.
No, no, no! Warsat's at 93%. Something's happening. Do you feel that? It's like a heartbeat.
I feel nothing. But there's activity in the city. In the tower. The Traveler is reacting.
I don't like this. It's too familiar.
It is.
It's happening again. The whirlwind.
Eramis.
Don't worry. The great machine will never abandon anyone again.
It's leaving. The Traveler is leaving. The Warsats.
Eramis, please do not do this. If you care at all for our people, if there is anything left in your heart, make it known your pain. Anna, it's time.
For Reese.
Goodbye, Red.
So first of all, this cutscene was epic. Allies of the city all look over as the Traveler begins to leave Earth. Rasputin sacrifices himself as Eramis is about to fire at the Traveler. With this sacrifice, he destroys the Seraph station. Eramis wonders why the Traveler doesn't flee, it's still hovering there high above Earth for some reason. The witness responds because it has nowhere else to run. At the tower, we speak to Zavala and Ikora about the situation. They give us some text that explains their thoughts, and we can see the Traveler is no longer here in the last city. Back in the helm, Anna speaks about Rasputin, his sacrifice, and what the events of this season meant to her.
Guardian, ever think about the things we pick up? People we latch onto as if something outside of us could tell us who we are? Like polishing a rusty name tag to a fine shine. Being a Bray defined me, for better or worse. I thought Rasputin was my link to who I was, that I could rediscover myself through him. I tried that for a long time, like he was a tool. It wasn't until later I understood he'd become a person. Rasputin was family. But now, he's gone. He sacrificed himself to save us. Clovis would never have done that. But I taught Rasputin to make his own decisions. In the end, he defined who he was and what he did. And so can I. I can carry on the Bray legacy. Not Clovis's, but mine. I can choose what it means to be a Bray, just like Rasputin chose what it meant to be a Warmind. Goodbye, Red. For real, this time. Thank you for teaching me who I am, who I could be, and who I want to become.
That encrypted data from the Cosmodrome is revealed to us. The Neptunian city is real, Rasputin says, and he's now trusted us with that information.
Guardian, if you are listening to this, then the deed is done. I trust my sacrifice was not in vain. Anna and I have shared our farewells. This will be hard on her, but she is resilient, strong, and she is not alone. I have a final message for you as well. The Neptunian city in Osiris's visions is real. I do not know its exact location, but it is home to the Veil, an object of immense paracausal power, one that is linked to the Traveler. The details are contained within the Nephele stronghold files retrieved from the Cosmodrome. I have decrypted them for Osiris's benefit. Tell him it is a parting gift, from one old miser to another. All other files referencing the city have been deleted from my records, and not by me. Someone wanted it to remain a secret. Anna once worried that she had neglected to teach me how to trust. But now, as my penultimate act, I entrust this knowledge to you. Use it well, my Seraph. Humanity has no more need of a Warmind. Not when you have each other.
And finally, the two Bray sisters have a heartfelt message. They speak to each other about trusting one another and how they have to stay close in the end, no matter how much time they have left.
Where are you now?
On my way back to Europa. Someone needs to keep an eye on that old bastard.
It was nice working together, having you there at the end.
It was. And I'm only a broadcast away. I won't abandon you. Not now, not ever.
Thank you.
For what?
For trusting me. Even when I'm being stubborn. Even when I'm not listening. Deep down, I knew all you wanted to do was keep me safe.
I held on so tight because I was afraid of losing you, of letting you down, of reliving the same nightmare again because
Because you love me?
I do. I do. And I'm sorry. For all the times I failed, for all the...
Don't say it. We have each other now. For however long that is. I can't know what the future holds, Elsie. But I do know we'll face it together.
I don't know what the future holds either. Not anymore. And I'll be honest, that terrifies me.
So there you have it, Guardians, the entire story of Season of the Seraph explained. Me personally, I love this season's story, and it's great to see how these releases flow into one another. One of the big plot points for this season was figuring out Osiris's visions, if they were true or not. Ikora and others didn't trust him, and now we know thanks to Rasputin that Neptune is in fact a thing, and we'll be heading there in a couple of weeks. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.